So we finished yesterday's episode with us arriving very late at the hotel. The ride here was just ridiculously comical. There was construction on the route. We had to go around that. Through the city streets. Through the city streets we hit every idiot driver and red light along the way. Then when we got near our destination, we had a traffic accident, which according to the signs was on Avondale Road. We had to get off on the next road after that, Dysart, for a stop. We needed gas and a little bit to eat before we hit the road. But the accident was actually on the off-ramp of Dysart, so all the work to get around it to be to the left, then when you work your way to the right, you turn out you were in the wrong lane. Getting out of the food place, there was, as we were standing there, as I was recording the piece, saying, well, I guess we're going to get out of here, we picked out the gas station we were going to, and as we were preparing to get in the car, the police and the fire trucks pulled in front of that because an accident occurred right there at the gas station. So we couldn't go to that one. We tried to go to the other one. And as we went to that, and we were in there, another accident occurred at that intersection, and we couldn't get out of the gas station going the right direction. And as so we had to come out and go even further afield. And while we're driving down that road, fire trucks and stuff are passing us to go to get other accidents. And when we had to go miles out of our way to get back on the freeway, which was still bogged down. There were accidents, at least 2 more on this side of the state line, or on the Arizona side of the state line. There was the truck that was on fire, that was over in the California side. It was a hay truck, and the hay was on fire. I didn't get very good footage of it. It was just absolutely a nightmare, and we got here much later than we had planned. Michelle and I went over to an IHOP and got some food, while James and Irene stayed behind in the hotel room. And we got that thing I hate most, which is a chatty waitress who had to talk. So we just said, oh, it's really late. We have all these accidents. And then she proceeded to tell us about some sort of, I don't remember the name she used, but it was some sort of evil spirit that snatches souls, that lives along this particular stretch of highway and is constantly out killing people. Yeah, that happened at basically midnight our time. We get the chatty waitress who believes in complete BS. Anyway, we'll have to formulate a plan for today. You can see out the window here why Palm Springs is considered to be such an amazing resort town. It's so beautiful out there. I mean, the dirt, the wastelands, the trees stuck in the dirty wastelands. It's just a stunning place for someone to be putzing along in a Jeep and saying, I'm going to put a resort here. Palm Springs, world famous. That water is the wrong color. We're on our way to breakfast. Just a brief little jaunt down the road. So I'm told.
Abducting you. No, we are our parents.
We're almost back to our hotel. We had a nice breakfast at Deli, and then we walked in to pick up a couple of missing items at the drugstore, and went through downtown Palm Springs. So now we can say we've seen what Palm Springs has to offer, and it'll be time to be heading out very soon. Moseying on down the road, as my dad used to say. I've never really understood what a mosey was. I'm sure glad there's no droughts here in California. Otherwise, this seems awfully wasteful.
I love Shakey's pizza. I haven't had Shakey's pizza in 35 or 40 years. Sorry, chicken. Did I say pizza? I meant chicken. It's very hot. But it tastes like Shakey's chicken.
Having a bit of a conundrum here today. We're going to Din Tai Fung, even though we're full, but it doesn't matter because we don't want to wait. Sorry I'm blown out here, but the sun's going down at 3:30 in the afternoon, which is ridiculous. It used to be that the original Los Angeles Din Tai Fung location, which is not far from here, there was one, the original, and then they opened another one literally right behind it. They're in two different shopping centers, but they're back to back. And we got notice that the original location does not have xiao bao right now. Which, why even bother opening your restaurant if you're not going to have that? But we were thinking that they meant that the new location is the one behind it. But looking online, this does not appear the case. It appears to be there's another new location that's actually closer than here. So we're going to go to that one, and we're going to try it. And it occurred to me that I have, expounded upon Din Tai Fung many times before when we're in Taiwan or when we're here or anywhere that I could possibly get hold of one. And I consistently only eat the xiao bao or the soup dumplings. And again, that's a dumpling that is so thin and lovely and wonderful. And inside it has a ball of meat and this delicious soup. And it's just, they're the best dumplings on the planet. But actually, Din Tai Fung does have a menu, and they've got a bunch of other stuff. Being the soup dumplings are the key, but they have those in pork, and they have them in pork and crab, and they have them in truffles and pork, but they also have regular soups. They have noodle soups. They have steamed dumplings, greens, fried rices, noodles, wontons, noodle cakes, buns. I know they have pork chops. They have this stuff that's like green. I think it's vegetables. I'm not sure what you do with those except give them to someone else in your party. But they do have a relatively comprehensive menu. It's just that these xiao bao, these soup dumplings, are what they are famous for. And it's what I love them. You can't get good ones in Phoenix. They're nasty. So we're going to try the new location. With luck, who knows? But we're off. First problem, it appears to be in the mall.
or near the mall, or as part of the mall. The mall is busy. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So we're at the completely new Din Tai Fung location, which is in, I don't know, Westfield Mall, something like that. They're opening a whole section of Asian restaurants in here. This one's good sized. It's got a bar, which I don't care about. We're making dumplings. And we didn't have much of a wait, which is good.
That's right.
Take your time. I'll be around.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for our first wave of dumplings to arrive. Like a wave of soupy dumplings.
Oi! Oi!
Oi.
Oi!
You got the first one.
Yeah, the first tray. What? Just take 3 to start. Not be selfish. Oh, this one's got a breach. We've got a breach. Core breach. Soup breach. Look at this. The crime. The humanity of it. God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. Still love them. Every last one of them.
Now I prefer mine unadulterated and plain because of the flavor of the soup. But the fact is, the more traditional way is to mix them with vinegar and ginger when you eat them. But that's okay, but it's not for me. Well, I've just had the first time this has ever happened to me. I've had it in like little tiny bits, but never this badly. I was biting into one of the dumplings, and instead of getting the top off, the side managed to explode out, and it shot across, and absolutely soaked my pants. Which is good that we have extra pants back at the room. Because this looks bad. This looks really bad. That's the tea shop that we always go to in Taiwan. They have one here. Because they have Taiwanese stuff here. Because this is Taiwan town. But I made Mom go get me a tea because that's just what we do. In Taiwan, she has to go get it because they don't understand me. And here, because why would we break a perfect streak? That's my point. Why would we want to break a perfect streak? No.
Should feel so cheated. Look at that. So strollers in malls now have game tablets in them when you rent them.
So that's pretty much been our day. It involved eating, driving, eating, driving, eating, driving. And now we're back in the room. We're all stuffed. And that's good because we're not going to be doing the traditional Thanksgiving getting yourself stuffed tomorrow. Tomorrow we're heading into the Universal Studios. Universal Studios. I don't know whether they call it a theme park or what, but and that's going to be our Thanksgiving Day event. Hopefully we'll be able to find some places to eat that are open. I'm sure there's a few restaurants open on Thanksgiving. It's not like it was 25 years ago when nothing was open except Denny's. The world has greatly improved since then. Anyway, that's it for here. Tomorrow should be a big day. So do remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time.